Okay, so our first card is Sekka, Fatebound Fox. Sekka is a 1/1/1 4-star legendary, and she has Ward. Fanfare, if X is at least 10, put a resolvable 9-tailed fox into your hand. X equals the number of allied Forestcraft followers that have left played this match. It has Ward and Evo, and an Evo says deal X damage to every follower while getting fully with stats. So X equals the number of allied Forestcraft followers that have left played this match. So 10 nerds have died. You get the thing, right? So where's the thing she gives to you? It's a 1 playpoint spell that says give an allied Forestcraft follower the ability to Evo for 0 Evo points. If that follower is Sekka and X is at least 20, give it +4/+4 and Storm. Okay, so a 1/1/1 ward is like not particularly good. A 1/1/1 ward that evos deal damage a bit better, and a 1/1/1 ward that Fanfare gives you a spell that then lets you evo is also okay. And if the follower is Sekka and X is 20, she becomes a 5/5. Well, she's gonna get the Evo, right? So she becomes a 7/7 Storm. And then on the Evo, she's going to... If it's 20, then it's gonna clear any follower, right? So eventually in the late game, you can get basically a 2 playpoint 7/7 Storm with Ward that an Evo deals 20 damage to a follower. Like, that seems pretty good to me. That seems great. But there's quite a bit of a difference from the it's turn 1 and I have Sekka to the it's turn 10 and Sekka's a 7/7 Storm, right? So I'm not sure how the in-between really works out, but there's some potential. If this is the new direction they want to take Forestcraft in, of like, hey, play a bunch of dudes, then I'm down for that. Like, I like the Fairy Dragon, which is very similar to this, so I don't dislike it. Okay, next we have Spiffy, Keeper of the End. It's a 6 playpoint/2/2 Portalcraft legendary. Accelerate 1, summon a Spiffy artifact. Cool. Wait, that's pretty good. A 1 playpoint spinning artifact. That's already good. Fanfare, choose 2 of the following cards. If at least 6 allied artifacts with different names have been destroyed, summon all 3. Okay, so basically, the Axle lets you get another artifact with a different name to the pool, because we're still doing that apparently for some reason. And then on Fanfare you get 2 of the Beyblades, but if you're at 6 you get all 3. Which is good, right? That seems good. Surely all of that is good. Whether you're summoning artifacts so you can discount your paradigm shifts, or you're summoning different names that you didn't have, everything about this card seems pretty solid, right? I don't know exactly what artifact is going to be doing, but if we go back to the 6 or more destroyed, whatever, maybe there's something else I can do with that. Seems reasonably okay. Get some Beyblades up in here. Yeah, the Realmia is still around, right? And she has the 6 artifacts recognition. Even if British Colony is gone. Yeah, she seems pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of Spinaria, the character herself, but hey, I do like...
Can we get some Luisthepanda in the chat? Thank you for your support.
Well, I do like Meromorphic with the Twitch Prime for 20 months. Thank you, Mero. I appreciate that. Can we get some Luis Ayayas in the chat for Mero? Yo, thank you, Mero. I appreciate that, my dude. Hope you're doing alright. Like, I like that this is an expansion where they're taking back the old characters that we know and like, and then bringing them back in a dark and edgy style. I am all about that, chat. That being said, I hope that we get Cerberus to come back. Please, I need edgy Kokomimi, chat. She's also 3 Rally. She could see playing Rally. Yeah, the Axle is good enough to be played, I think. And the Fanfare is not bad either, so it does seem like a pretty reasonable and solid Shadowverse card. Next we have How would you say this? Ghios? 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 I don't know, man. The Sparkling Prism is a Runecraft legendary, 5 playpoint 5/5. I like the art in this guy. At the end of your turn, if this card is in your hand and there's 3 or less in your hand, activate the following effect. If this card has been boosted at least 5 times, reveal it, summon an Alcat, and then remove it. Remove this effect. For 10, you summon a Mist Dragon, remove the effect. For 15, you summon the Incandescent Dragon, then remove the effect. And then for 20 spell boost, you summon him, he gets evoed, and then you lose the card. And then on evo, he gets full evo stats and gets ward. So Kuon is gone, and this is the future spell boost. And it's looking pretty good to me, chat. He does have some boomer cards with him, but those are boomer cards that we like. So, something that I think is powerful with this card is that while you are boosting him, you're getting value out of it. So, unlike some of the other legendaries with spell boost, where it's like, you know, they're at 0 boost, and then you play them with their 50 boost, and then you win the game or whatever. But in between, they don't do anything. Like at 5 spell boost, this is free. You get an Alcat. You don't have to spend a play point or anything. You just bam, get an Alcat. Then at 10 you get a Mist Dragon. And at 15 you get an Incandescent Dragon. That's pretty good. And then at 20 you get this guy. So by the time that you play this dude, you would have gotten 3 more other guys with him. And you never have to spend play points on him. It's always everything free. You didn't see this one? I like the Alcat. Card is heavy as Forcecraft. 20 is a lot. I mean, 20 is a lot, but by then you would have gotten everything else, you know? Like an Incandescent Dragon, it's already pretty good. Think of like the Kuon, right? Cool spell can net random Alcats. That is funny. I think this is too clunky to see play. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I think that this is going to be the future spell boost. And let me put it this way. I don't know how good or bad spell boost will be at the end of this. It's really impossible to say. But I think that this is the future spell boost. You don't ever have to play this. It's just in your hand, you're boosting stuff. You get a bunch of free effects. And keep in mind that you can double down on these, right? Like you can have 2 of this in your hand. And then get 2 Alcats, get 2 Mist Dragons, get 2 Incandescent Dragons? The future. Okay, the classic, everyone's favorite, Albert Thunderous Doom. It's a Swordcraft legendary commander and 11 follower. Anybody know when the last time we got 11 follower? Because it's been a while. But Albert is back and he's 11. And now he's evil. The 5.35 dude has Storm. It says Fanfare, if any other allied followers are in play, gain +2 and then destroy one of them. But for 9 play points, you can destroy all other followers instead, and then he can attack twice per turn. So basically, you play Albert, you kill a dude, and he's a 5/5 Storm. You can evo it and get a 5 play point 7/7 Storm, which is pretty good. You have to lose a body, yes, but if you're a bunch of token, like maybe it's fine. There might be synergy with it anyway. And then on top of that, for 9 play points, okay, do you know how Bahamut used to clear the board for 10 play points and then sit there? Do you guys remember that? Anybody? Well, Albert will not clear the board on turn 9, be a 5/5 Storm, and then he can attack twice after that on turn 9. And you can evo him, by the way, or buff him with bikes or anything. So that seems good. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Our next card is Frostfire. This was revealed at the SBO West by 2 handsome casters. Frostfire is a neutral spell for 4 play points. It says deal 2 damage to 2 random enemy followers and then 2 to enemy leader. And then they all get the following leader effect, or the following effect until the end of your opponent's turn. Reduce damage dealt to 0. So thematically, well, first of all, we have Flame and Ice and Flame, Flame and Ice. What is the name of his character, chat? Flame and Glass, that's what it is, Flame and Glass. Which is cool as a card. This probably looks pretty good animated, right? So the flame part is you burn them for 2 damage, and then the glass or ice part is that they don't do damage the next turn, which is a pretty cool effect. And for 4 play points, I think it's pretty juicy. Whether you're playing this in the mid game to like stabilize, because you need to clear, like, you know, for example, a 2-2 and a 2-2, do damage to the face is always good. And then in the late game, it can be really good to stop very annoying effects or just annoying followers. So if you hit your opponent's face, then they're frozen. Then their leader effects, such as the Winged Dragon of Ra, the World, those things won't do damage. So seems like a pretty good Shadowverse card to me. Pretty cool thematic, cool tech card. Might be amazing in the right meta. And what the meta is gonna be, we have no idea just yet, but it seems pretty juicy. I do like it. You can't say you're a rune player if you never tried Flaming Glass D-Shift. Dark Albert is literally pulling his sword out of his palm. Yeah, it's pretty nice aesthetic. Basaraga supports supremacy. Art is top notch. It always is though, that's Shadowverse, right? This one thing Shadowverse does is good art. This card seems good, just like a great card. Would not surprise me if this ends up seeing a good amount of play. Baldufi 2.0 coming in 6 months. Okay, we got the Otherworld Gatekeeper, Shadowcraft Gold. It's a 3 play point 1/1. It says fanfare, put a random follower with last words that costs 2 play points or less from your deck into play. Last words heal 1. An Evo, you can put a random follower with last words that costs 2 points or less from your deck into play. Gets full Evo stats. So basically, you play this guy, 3 play point 1/1. You get a free 2-drop with last words. He's already pretty good, right? And then if you Evo it, he gets full stats, and then you get another follower, which is pretty insane. So turn 4 or 5, you get a 3/3 and then 2-drops with last words. And he has his own last words to heal 1. That seems pretty good. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to get out of the deck. You know, there might be like pretty good 2-drops with last words in the future. There have been in the past, like Bonus to Shine In. But this seems good, right? Fanfare and Evo. Good last words effect. I mean, it depends, like this only as good as there's cards for it to mess with, but the effect itself is good and I do like it. Yeah, like a new Lady Grey. Imagine there's a new Lady Grey. Well, or are you saying this is the new Lady Grey? It seems good to me. I do like this card. Okay, our next card is Jeanne, the Spares Maiden. 3 play 3/3 Hammercraft Legendary. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to all allies and enemies. And had 7 Evo Diz, deal 5 damage instead. Last Wars, restore 3 damage to your leader. So she gets no attack, but 4 health on defense, which is kind of weird. Deal 2 damage to all allies and enemies. That's a very powerful effect, for sure. Attached on a body, and in the hands. And interest in Evo as well. So you Evo her, it's a 3/5 left over, you heal for 3. This is like the 4th version of Jeanne in the game, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know exactly like where this goes, but this is just like a generically good Shadowverse card, right? This is just good no matter what. We got Archdemon. It's a 7 play point 6/6 Bloodcraft Gold. Lol. Has Ward. Says fanfare, if Vengeance is active for you, randomly put one of the highest cost Bloodcraft followers from your deck into play. Cool. Otherwise, deal damage to your leader until you're going to Vengeance, but then you recover 6 play points. Meaning for 1 play point, you get a 6/6 ward that activates your Vengeance, which is, you know, in paper good, right? Surely it's good. And if you are in Vengeance, because you're a Vengeance deck or something like that, then bam, you get a 7 play point 6/6 ward and a chunky blood follower of your choosing. It's very specific. It's either broken or unusable. I could see that then. Like, if this is good, this card is insane, right? It's absurd. And if there's like no good synergy for it or Vengeance is bad, then it's just like straight up unplayable. So I can agree with that. Like, imagine a world in which vengeance is good for some reason, just, you know, imagine. And then there's like a crazy follower you can summon from this. Seems good, right? Or imagine that vengeance is good. You're not in vengeance, but you get a 1 play point, 6/6 ward that activates your vengeance, and then vengeance is good so you can win the game. Or imagine a world in which vengeance isn't good, and there isn't anything for you to take advantage of this. And then it's just like really bad. I don't know, man. It's a cool effect. I like the idea behind it. It is relying on so many things though. Namely, how good vengeance itself is. And secondly, like what we're summoning, right? A new mechanic, what is vengeance though? Okay, Heavenly Dragon is a 6 play point, Dragoncraft Gold, Heavenly Dragon looking type dude. 6/5 or 6/5/6 has Ward. Fanfare, give all Dragoncraft followers in your deck +2 ass. And if this guy has 6 defense, draw 2 cards. I think I should have read the legendary first, right? But basically, the the mechanic of Dragon will be buffing dudes in your deck, right? Specifically their ass. And if you do so, you get benefits out of it. For one, your dudes are thicker, which is good, I guess. And then other things will happen. So you would play this guy, it's a 5/8, you draw 2, and then he buffs your dudes. And he has board, cool. Okay, let's go to the legendary. The legendary will explain the archetype better, right? We'll go back to this. The legendary says, Drake, 6 play point 5/3 Dragoncraft legendary. Okay, dude has rush. Strike, deal X damage to all enemy followers. If X is at least 10, deal 5 to enemy leader. X equals this guy's ass. Okay, so you're playing a 6 play point 5/3 rush, where he does 3 damage AoE first. But if you buff this guy enough... Well, okay, the more you buff him, the more damage the AoE is. And if you get to 10, he does 5 damage to the enemy leader as well. At which point you would realistically be playing a 6 play point 5/10 that rush fully wipes the board and pushes 5 phase damage. And that seems good on paper. But the question is, how hard is it to get this guy to 10s, right? He also has an Accelerate. Accelerate says, give all Dragoncraft followers in your deck 1s. And then you get a Roar into your hand. And Roar is a spell that says, give a follower in your hand +1. And then deal 3 to a random enemy follower. As far as this goes, in the past, like 1 play point deal 3 cards were very, very powerful. Like you guys remember Rending? Rending was insane. The problem is that this is not exactly 1 play point, because to get the Roar you have to spend 1 on the Accelerate first. But you can use Accelerate 1 turn and then bank on this for later. And then this still buffs your dudes, which is good. But the damage is random, which is bad. So, I don't know. Like, okay, the theme of Dragon will clearly be buffing your dudes in the deck or in your hand, and then effects will happen when then it's activated, right? And I don't think those are inherently bad things. Giving your followers more health is like not a bad idea in theory. And the effects that we're getting, at least for now, seem good, right? Whether it's card draw or full clears or phase damage, like all of those things seem good right now. But this is a brand new archetype, and without seeing the rest of the cards, it is very hard to make a judgment on them. But I don't dislike them.